This is the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as the city of Saigon. In the middle of downtown Ho Chi Minh City, aka Saigon, dotted with restaurants, banks, and government buildings, is located the War Remnants Museum. From the street, you can peek above its walls to see the Huey helicopter and an M48 Patton tank. If you plan to visit Ho Chi Minh City, then watch this video to the end. Info in this video will include directions, ticket prices, times, and of course we'll share our own experiences and tips. Keep watching this video if you found it helpful. Like this video and write a comment. We really want to hear from you so we can keep improving our content. Welcome to Hipfig. If you're a travel enthusiast, then join our community by subscribing to this channel. This is the Ho Chi Minh City aka Saigon Travel Guide series. This episode is the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh City for the first-time visitor to Vietnam. The War Remnants Museum was one of the most popular attractions with over 500,000 visitors a year. The focus of this museum is the First Indochina War and the Vietnam War from the Vietnamese perspective. The War Remnants Museum is located at 28 Vo Van Tan in Ward 6 in District 3, Ho Chi Minh City. There are multiple ways to get around Ho Chi Minh City. The easiest way is by taxi, which are readily available on the street, or you can ask your hotel to call you one. Reliable companies are Venison Taxi Company, which are white with red and green trim, or My Lin, which are green. If you have data on your phone, then we recommend using the popular and safe rideshare app Grab, which is like Uber to call a car. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also take a public bus, but that's not really recommended for new visitors. We took a Grab, which was super easy, and it tracks the driver and you, and we found that the cars were nicer than the taxis. This War Remnants Museum is open from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily all year round. We were dropped off in front of the gate by the ticket booth. The admission fee when we visited was 40,000 Vietnamese dong for adult foreigners. There is an additional fee if you would like an on-site guide. Please arrange with the museum ahead of time at warmhcm@gmail.com.
Yep.
After purchasing our tickets, we went through the gates. The first thing we saw within the walled yard of the museum was a display of military equipment left over from the Vietnam War. The museum is comprised of a series of theme rooms in a 3-story building with period military equipment placed within a walled yard. Some of the military equipment that we saw was a Huey helicopter, an F-58 fighter, a Blue 82 Daisy cutter bomb, an M48 Patton tank, an A-1 Sky Raider attack bomber, and an A-37 Dragonfly attack bomber. We walked around the yard and read the placards about the military arsenal and what they were used for. It's amazing to see real military equipment and see the mass of them in person. As we continued to walk through the yard, we also saw a number of unexploded bombs stored in the corner of the yard with their fuses removed. It's hard to imagine, but 800,000 tons of landmines and unexploded ordnances were buried in the Landin Mountains in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. After walking around the yard, we entered the building. Please wear good walking shoes as you're going to be on your feet most of the time during your visit here. On the first floor of the building, we saw the gift shop and visited the restrooms. We went into the first floor to the World Supports Vietnam in its Resistance exhibit. In this exhibit hall, it has 100 photos, 145 documents, and artifacts on display in this exhibition, illustrating the protests against the Vietnam War. Exhibits also include remembrances donated by former U.S. Vietnam veterans. We continued on the first floor and saw the replicas of tiger cages, which was where the South Vietnamese government kept political prisoners. Other artifacts on the first floor include a guillotine used by the French during the colonial period and the South Vietnamese to execute prisoners during the Vietnam War. In the center of the hallway of the first floor, you can also watch a documentary on the aftereffects of Agent Orange. We wanted to take the elevator to the top floor, which is the third floor, but the elevator was too busy, so we took the stairs to the second floor. We suggest taking the elevator to the third floor and walking down if the wait for the elevator to go up is not too busy. On the second and third floors, we saw exhibits include graphic photos, which had descriptions in English, Vietnamese, and Japanese. There was an exhibition on the effects of Agent Orange and other chemicals like napalm and phosphorus bombs, which honestly was difficult for me to see, as well as pictures of deformed people due to the lasting effects of dioxins and dioxin-like compounds, which were contained in Agent Orange. You'll also see showcases of American rifles and machine guns, bullets, artillery shells, uniforms, and packs, and a large exhibit featuring the photographs from the war around the world. There was also a display on the My Lai massacre. There's also a display of photos on the legacy of unexploded munitions that over 100,000 people have been killed after the Vietnam War. Due to the graphic nature of the photographs, this area may not be suited for very young children, in my opinion. The photographic display includes work by Vietnam War photojournalist Bunyo Ishikawa that he donated to the museum in 1998. This interesting and well-curated museum is a must-do for any visitor to Saigon, given the impact of the American War, as it's known in Vietnam. The Remnants Museum is extremely compelling. The information presented is presented from the Vietnamese perspective, of course, but it's a compelling reminder of why peace and diplomacy are important for soldiers and civilians. Once we made our way back down to the first floor, we needed to sit down and rebound from what we had seen. Tip: there's a small cafe on the side street of the building where you can get a drink and reflect on what you saw. The Remnants Museum will take 2 hours or more depending on your interest. We recommend combining your visit with the Independence Palace or the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon or the landmark post office in Ho Chi Minh City, which is within walking distance, or you can take a short taxi ride if it's really hot. This area is particularly nice to walk around, and there's lots of restaurants and shops to peruse in. Please support us and give us a thumbs up if you like our videos. Happy travels! Go to Hipfig.com for more information, or go to our Hipfig travel channel on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe for regular updates.